Okay, well, we'll crack straight on. Probably need no introduction, but Saeed Bin Suroor sitting next to me. Charlie Appleby, you've already heard from. But Saeed, you've heard what your jockey's been saying about some of your horses' chances. To sum up, obviously, Cavalry Man looks, again, it's going to be tough to beat in the Dubai Gold Cup, but many other horses you come with real expectations.
Well, I hope the jockeys, they are right, what to say. I hope they do exactly what they say just now. Sometimes they forget in the race.
Oh,
no,
you've opened up a can of worms there, Saeed.
No, actually, our jockeys, they are professional and they ride really good exactly this season in these meetings by World Cup Carnival. There are no much different between them as only one winner or two winners really. Our horses, they have good chance. Only good, in my stable. Cavalry Man, he's doing really good. Working really nicely. Come back sound and healthy and happy from last race. Sylvester, he know the horse really well. Always the horse he run well when he's fresh. The 2 miles race he won it last year, and we give him a break after the European season. Physically, he's really happy. And last piece of work 10 days ago, he worked really well. I'm really happy with him. 2 miles race, I think, no problem. So far, so good. I'm happy with him.
Okay, well, many others, but it sounds like you'd be surprised if, I know nothing always works out well, but you feel that this horse will be tough to beat.
He is very tough horse. He is in the past, he's a Group 1 winner by hauling, and with years, with age, he become better every year. That's the reason why we keep him in training. And after when we saw him, he ran here last year, also in Europe, more than 6 winners. We thought he's the right horse to keep him in training. Exactly, what I saw him this year, he's beautiful animal. As physically, he look much better than ever.
In the big race, you've got a couple. African Story, we're hearing from, ridden by Sylvester, who finished 5th last year. But would you suggest the horse is better than last year? And that was a pretty good effort. I think you were quite pleased with the 5th last year. But do you think he's a better horse than 12 months ago?
African Story?
Yeah.
He finished 2nd this year, first race. The 2nd race, he hit his face or his head in the stalls really badly, and he was too far back. He came to finish the race, but was too late. I need to forget that race, but the horse, I like him really a lot. He's proven a lot. Happy, working really well, after when he had last 10 days ago. He's ready to go. Mile and a quarter, no problem for him. The Tabita, he handled really well, and so far so good with him.
And Prince Bishop, Kieran Fallon rides. He gets on really well with this horse. So, and while probably the bare form suggests might need to improve a bit, but you still, with Kieran's record on the horse, must give you grounds for optimism.
Kieran Fallon, I like him always. Since when 20 years ago I saw him, and I'm starting working for Godolphin. I think he's Kieran, one from the best jockeys in the world, and he won the best, races as in Europe or in America, wherever you send him. He knows this type of races, and he rode the horse. Prince Bishop twice this year, and he won with him Group 2, Group 1. The horse is doing really good. I know they draw number 1, but he have a good turn of it. He can't take any position early. It depends how fast they go the race. But look to me, this year it's going to go fast pace. As in, since with this, Kadram, some horses, they like to be in front. If my horses, they said, if you take like 3rd position in the race, I'll be happy with it.
And Kieran's also running a couple of others, Hunter's Light and Emirates Flyer.
Yeah.
Given you praising him to the hilt, do you think he's going to have a winner for you in one of those? Which of those 3? Hunter's Light in the Dubai
Hunter's
Light.
We move him Dubai World Cup to the duty free. I think the trip will suit him. Grass, no problem. We don't want it too firm. I don't think it will be too firm here after this rain. It will be as a good ground to be fair enough for him. He's happy, working really nicely, and he's good form. We'll see how we go. But so far, he's doing really good.
You must have felt like you were in Newmarket yesterday, didn't you?
I know. It was rain there, but I think the is it show in the all weather there is no more rain coming.
So of your horses, is it Cavalry Man is the one you think will be the nailed on, or do you have another one that you think?
Well, most of my horses they're running. I mean, Shuruk, she have a good chance. She beat the Colts first run when she ran in Maktoum Challenge. She's a tough filly, exactly in the Tabita. You know, we swapped her one race also on the grass. She don't handle it well, but we came in Tabita again. She won the last race. She's very tough filly. She worked really well last piece of work. Happy. Excellent result. He's one of my favorites. As physically this year he improved a lot. I like him a lot. A big, strong horse.
But you've always had why this horse? You particularly have a soft spot for from a very early age. What?
Well, you know, I named him Excellent Result because when he was a yearling, always I think this horse could be anything as in the future. You know, he was a little bit weak when he was a yearling, but I mean, the end of the season last year, he become different or improved. This year, you know, he look a picture, beautiful animal, unbelievable when he work really well. We ran him in mile and 6, he won it, but I think in mile and a half he even be better as in he have speed. Then he won the Group 2 last race. I mean, it could be anything for the future. He's a horse improving. I like him. I think after this meeting we take him back to England to run him big races.
So for you, this horse is one that definitely's got your heart and.
Well, the Shima Classic is very tough race. You know, it is very hard. The best horses going to run in the Shima Classic as tough races, but he have the class to run well.
Okay, Charlie, you've heard what your teammate has said about his horses. You've got quite a lot going to post. So, which ones? You're obviously in the Dubai World Cup. Let's talk about your thoughts there. Obviously, Mountain, who was, you know, into the race, and Vancouver Right.
Yeah, two nice horses. I'm very happy with the way they are going into the race. Two different individuals. Mountain obviously won his first start out here and kept his unbeaten record on the synthetics very impressively. And we all got, you know, excited and we're heading, you know, we've sort of mapped out a route to potentially be here on World Cup night. Unfortunately, it didn't unfold as we wanted it to of our second start. People obviously asked why did we go to the handicap route and probably not go Matchroom Challenge round 2, but horse jumped up to a rating of 113. But we just felt timing-wise it suited us to go that route, and unfortunately we were posted wide and we stayed wide throughout off the top weight, and he didn't really quicken, he just slogged it out up the straight a bit, walked away from there a little bit disappointed, but you know, put a line through it. The horse, you know, he knew he had a run, and you know, but within a couple of weeks after that run, he was showing his well-being again, and we decided to you know, carry on with our original plan, and that was to go. We were hoping to win the handicap in Italy, and then head on to the Matchroom Challenge round 3. We came into the Matchroom Challenge round 3, like I say, with the wind taken out of our sails a bit, but the plan that myself and His Highness and Michaela said we wanted this horse to have an enjoyable trip round. It wasn't a great experience for him that second run, so we made the conscious effort of getting to the inside, and we wanted to see the horse finishing, which he did. He did everything right that evening, and the horse had a good experience, and I felt that's what you want coming into these sort of races. You want him to come off the back of a nice experience, and since that run he's done nothing but thrive again, so he comes in here in great order. Like I say, we've got a lot to find on the book, but you've got a horse who's enjoying himself and certainly handles the synthetics very well. He's going to run a solid race.
Mikael was talking about R2. He was looking forward to riding that one in the Alquoz. What?
R2's been ultra consistent out here. You know, we started off here with a mark of 100, and if you'd asked me on the first night, did we expect to be here on World Cup night, we said, well, it's a nice dream to have. But to be fair to him, he won first start, came out, and again, unfortunately, second start didn't do so well. We've just drawn without the speed, and we then went and finished second to Medician Man, who went and franked the form again by winning the following week. Medician Man, who's a good solid sprinter, and then he ran a career best, finishing second to Shay Shay, and so you know, coming into the Alquoz Sprint on Saturday, he's in great order. We're pitching up against pretty much a similar type of horse, so you know he's got to be thereabouts.
Godolphin like winning the UAE Derby. Long John, you've got a couple in this one. Long John is getting wiser every race.
Yes, and obviously we've learnt a lot with him this winter. As I've mentioned before, I thank Peter Snowden and their team for giving us the information about the horse. Without that, we would have probably been going into the Guineas not confident at all, to be honest, of his homework. He's a lovely big individual, but he's not a workhorse. You don't mind as long as you know they're going to bring their A game on at the races. But until you've sort of learnt that through those horses, you do go in there a bit tongue-in-cheek on how he's going to run. But he put up a great performance that evening, travelled extremely well, and put the race to bed early into the straight there. The question obviously is posed is, will he get the Derby trip? Personally, I think he will. By street cry, he's got plenty of speed on the dam side, but he travels well. He's not an excessively keen horse. He travels well because he's obviously got a fair level of ability. And I feel that on in the Derby, sorry, they're going to go probably a better pace. You've got a better class of horse in there, so they're going to go a better gallop, and I think that'll just help him just to hopefully switch off and give him every opportunity to just drop in, ride a race, and see if we can just see that acceleration up the straight again.
And how much are you enjoying being now one of the frontline trainers for the boys in blue? Are you enjoying the experience and the pressure leading up to Saturday on representing the home team?
Actually, it's been a great experience right from the get-go, but I've had huge support from everybody. So he's helped me right from day one. And like I say, support from His Highness and the whole team has been great. And respects to pressure, the horses have done the job in taking the pressure off me. They've been pitching up at the right stage and getting the job done. So pressure comes when it starts going the other way. So thankfully at the moment we've not met that road. So it's been enjoyable start, and long may it continue.
And obviously both of you thinking of moving over to Europe after this. Do you manage to block out the thoughts of that, or is everything focused on what's going to happen Saturday? We're already now starting to get the full gear, sort of put the gear is to move back to England.
Obviously, World Cups. You don't. You concentrate on World Cup night. You do put all your thoughts into World Cup on a big stage like that. But definitely, England's it's starting to wind up there already. And before we know it, we'll be back, and the Craven meeting will be upon us, and we'll be away again. And we're looking forward to it. As we both are, we've got a nice team of horses back there, and looking forward to the season ahead.
Okay, well, enough from me. Questions?
What's your best chance of a winner?
I think Long John, strictly on the book, he's the form horse, and he'll be the horse I'm looking forward to running, and I think he's going to hold our best shot of a winner.
How do you see your chances in the World Cup night? What's your best chance?
Like I say, two different individuals. You've got Vancouver, who's drawn down in stall 3 there. He's a small athletic horse, very happy with his first start for us. Finished second in the Jabal Hatta and has come on for it, and we'll appreciate stepping back up to 10 again. He's just he's untried on the synthetics, so that will always be slightly in the back of your mind, but I can't foresee that being a problem. He's a quick ground horse, and generally they will adapt to the synthetics. So he's posted well in 3, and he'll be able to hopefully get a decent racing position. As we all know, Cataman's the horse that we like. He's a progressive type of horse out here on the synthetics, but we are posted out in 15, and it is a challenge. But like I say, the horse hasn't got any pressure on him from our side. We're a horse we're just happy that he's in the race, and hopefully he's going to run a decent race, which I'm confident he will. But there won't be any pressure from him out in that stall to have to, like I say, get to the front and do any specific work. We can probably potentially just drop in and watch the race from behind for a bit and see how it unfolds.
Craig?
Charlie, clearly you took over at Godolphin Paddocks with the operation under a huge cloud, the biggest crisis in Godolphin's history. How difficult did you find it to inherit the licence in that situation? And a year on now, do you think that cloud has finally been lifted?
As we all know, there was a cloud, and the team, we've got a good strong team back within Godolphin, and we've everybody's got together, and we got on with the job in hand, and that was to get those horses back on the track as quick as we can, and in the best form that we can, and I felt that the results proved that that's what the team were doing. As I've said before, don't look behind. If you look behind, you'll be stagnant. So our vision within Godolphin is to go forward and look forward to the future, and that's what we did. And the team were right behind me in my position, like I said, had huge support from Saeed and His Highness, and when we got on with the job, and I felt that very fortunate. Horses are in rude health, and people ask me about pressure, they took the pressure off me because they delivered the results. So it's been an enjoyable winter here. The right horses have been winning. Saeed's done fantastically well, and hopefully we'll be being crowned champion trainer there on Saturday. And we go back to Europe with with it all behind us. We finished the season off in great form. Far winning Royal Ascot at Champions Day, and personal high for myself was obviously outstrip in the Breeders' Cup. Numerically, Godolphin posted their best season to date. So I felt that by the end of the season we'd certainly travelled a long way up the road from where we were at the start of the season, and going into next season, we'll start from 0 points again, and we're looking forward to it.
I guess you must be looking forward to the fact of almost having a whole full season ahead of you now. It's difficult to come into any new operation halfway through.
Oh, that's right. I mean, so like I said, the horses all winter well, and I've been to and fro during the course of the winter back to Malton Paddocks, and it's been a very kind winter to us back in Newmarket. So the horses all look great, and really looking forward to the season ahead of us. And let's just hope the results turn up now.
When you say you don't look back, do you ever reflect? I mean, it's only a year ago. I mean, Mahmood was sitting in that seat only a year ago. It just seems bizarre almost.
Maybe it does to some people, but like I say, my vision is to go forward, and that's what I've been asked to do. Don't dwell on the past. That's the past, and that's put to bed. From our point of view, what's happened, and like I say, it's behind us. And from my point of view, I've been given one challenge, and that's to produce winners. And I feel that if I'm doing that to the best of my ability and the team's ability. So that's where I am, and I'm, like I say, looking forward to the challenges ahead.
Time for one more?
I just thought I'd ask, with the draw yesterday, strategically, I mean, Godolphin have got a good spread across the stalls. Does that help in terms of the management of the race? Strategically, you have a nice spread across all challenges, so you can maybe, work out a strategy amongst yourselves which would best suit the Blue Cloud Brigade, the home contingent.
Well, African Story, he's from the draw number 6, what's that? He's a good draw for him. The jockey, him well. If he take nice position early in the race, Prince Bishop, he can take, also Cavalry, him. If he number 1, draw number 1, if he sit somewhere handy, nice position early, it'll be fine for him. That's from my side. I like to see my horses, both of them, in nice position close to the race, to the base.
Charlie, say,
Yeah.
No problem. Likewise, as I just mentioned there, each horse will be ridden to its best ability. Main object of the exercise for us is Godolphin potentially have the winner. So we won't, we'll let the horses be ridden as to what suits the horse. We're not going to purposely go out there and say, well, we're going to do this and you're going to do that. They'll be ridden to their own individuality. And the main object of the exercise is that one of us can get our head in front and for Godolphin. And like I say, if Saeed wins, I'll be the first person to congratulate Saeed, and likewise the opposite way around. So that's what it's all about.